Hi beautiful people, and welcome back to another video of my channel. I hope you all would be doing fine. Good morning. So today's video is a lot different from the rest of the stuff you've been watching over time on my channel, and it is a part of the project that I'm doing for one of the courses that I've taken. So today's topic is stealing fashion, and with that there comes three things: appropriation, copying, and counterfeiting. So these three things are what we're going to talk about today. So starting off, and as the Oxford English Dictionary describes it, it is the unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of practices, customs, or aesthetics of one social or ethnic group by members of another, typically dominant community or society. It is by no means legal and completely it's stealing. So but if you want to do it the right way. I mean, what I mean by that is that you can find inspiration like literally from anywhere, but before interpreting it into your designs, you may want to dig a little bit about the whereabouts of your inspiration, and it is possible that it may lead you to inspiration or appreciation instead of appropriation. So what you can do is you can either collaborate or you can give proper credits to where you have got your inspiration from if it's not related to you. Let me show you some of the work of one of Pakistan's most famous fashion and lifestyle blogger, Mr. Aamir Ali Shah. He has highlighted how some major fashion brands like Saint Laurent, Louis Vuitton, Ulla Johnson, Forever 21, Urban Outfitters, and Craig Green have been accused of appropriating Pakistani and Muslim objects, techniques, and prints of cultural and historical significance. This is an example of inspiration gone wrong that I personally witnessed in March 2019 by the designer of the Heavenly Red Soles, Christian Louis Vuitton. This sandal is inspired by the Pakistani Peshawari chappal, and but the designer did not give the proper credits to his inspiration, and within 24 hours of posting a picture of these sandals onto their official Instagram, it was removed due to facing a backlash for appropriating a culture. The next thing is copying, and as the name suggests, and most of you will already be familiar with this term. So how do you know when something is copied? Well, when a design is accused of plagiarism and the designer who made it is not being able to justify his design, most of the times it's copying. And believe me, you do not want to try this one, because first of all, it is very easily identifiable because of the past events, and secondly, it can have adverse effects onto the reputation of your company or brand or whatever it is. So there's not much to talk about it, so we'll move on to the next thing, and that is counterfeiting. So the Cambridge Dictionary states counterfeiting as something made to look like the original of something, usually for dishonest or illegal purposes. And with the evolution of e-commerce and online shopping, there has been a huge rise in this forgery, because first of all, it made really easy for people to explore different parts of the world, send and receive goods from anywhere in the world, like literally anywhere. And secondly, these counterfeits are sometimes as good as the original product, and it is a lot easier for the people who cannot afford it to buy the counterfeits or knockoffs instead of the original product. So this is one of the reasons that it has grown. According to Forbes in 2018, counterfeiting was the largest criminal enterprise in the world, pirating goods totals $1.7 trillion per year, which is more than drugs and human trafficking, yet expected to grow. So that's all from my side, but I have emailed Mr. Aamir Ali Shah, the blogger I mentioned before, about if cultural appropriation and counterfeiting or copying, all these fashion stealing terms, whether they should be legal or illegal, and why. So I'm going to share his detailed answer with it, and I could not agree more to it. I want to thank him for helping me with this project. He says, the issue essentially has two facets: the power dynamics in the society and protecting interests of artists and craftsmen, etc. While I wholeheartedly embrace and appreciate people of different cultures assimilating and exchanging different things from each other, but we need to look at the history of colonialism, slavery, and the Great Wars too. It has less to do with the arts, more to do with the sociology, history, and the likes. Borrowing or stealing certain visual aspects of a culture is often exploitive because it robs minority groups of the credit they deserve. Art and textile forms that originated with minority groups come to be associated with members of the dominant group. As a result, the dominant group is deemed innovative and edgy, while the disadvantaged group that they borrow from continue to face negative stereotypes that imply they are lacking in intelligence and creativity. I know many would point that a lot of these cultures have taken up elements of Western civilization like culture, parliamentary democracy, shirts and pants, etc. But what we need to realize is that using English, for example, is not appropriation, rather assimilation, because in that context, marginalized people, minority groups adopt elements of the dominant culture in order to survive conditions that make life more of a struggle if they do not. I am certain not up to cancel culture, so what we need is awareness and more dialogue, because a lot of plagiarists don't even know what they are doing wrong. As for legal illegal matters, the laws need to be more specifically interpreted. Bloggers, journalists, scholars can only start dialogue and keep it going so people realize how it impacts our lives. Without it, laws will become empty and their implementation inconsequential. This was his answer, and I hope you liked today's video. I hope I was able to deliver what I wanted to today. Thank you.